Hi, I'm going to do a video on dehydrating, storage of dehydrated food, and cooking of dehydrated food. First I'm going to start off with the dehydrator that you need to have, or one similar to it. And what I have right here is the ä, and I like this dehydrator because it has the fan in the back. That way the air flows across the tray rather than from the top or the bottom where the air flows up. So this is actually a better process when it flows across this way. I like this brand because it's very easy to use. And on the top you can see it tells you what settings that you would put on for what vegetables and what fruit, and if you're doing meats or what have you. Okay, and there's a lot of things that you need to do prior to dehydrating. Some foods need to be prepped. So I'm going to go through a series of fruits and vegetables that I have here. And over here you have, this is ginger. And I use a meat slicer to slice all my vegetables and stuff so I get the same consistency, the same thickness when I'm dehydrating. And here is undehydrated sliced ginger. And next to it I have the chopped peppers, green peppers. And next to that I have the broccoli. Now, on the front of the broccoli here is broccoli that has not been steamed. So this is raw broccoli, it has not been processed. In the back here, it has been steamed. So if you notice the color difference, it's not real light green, it's a dark bright green, and that's just about the consistency that you want when you're going to dehydrate it. So you want it to look more like this right here. Okay, and over here what you have, these are my sliced potatoes. I slice them first and then I steam them, or actually boil them at a very low boil so they don't fall apart. And the reason you need to process your potatoes prior to dehydrating them, because if you don't, they'll turn black and they're going to look like that. So the way you pre-treat them is, here I have carrots and broccoli, and I'm going to dump those on ice. Those have been pre-treated, so they've been blanched. So you need to blanch those on the ice and stop the process there. And then I'm going to take the potatoes, I'm going to do the same thing with them, I'm going to steam them. And I'm not going to steam them all the way through where they're mushy. I'm going to make them so they're somewhat crisp. I just want to lock the enzymes in so that the starches stay. Okay. So what you do is you will steam these until they're somewhat soft but not mushy. After the process, if you notice, they're going to be like this, translucent, like this. And that's a good potato. Now this is a yellow potato right here. And that potato, even though it looks real yellow, when you cook it, it will turn back to the original color. Same thing with cauliflower. Cauliflower, when you process it, will turn, after you dehydrate it, will turn like a brown. But not to worry, because once you cook it again, it's going to turn white again. All right, here I have the chopped potatoes. Now, this is something you'd use if you're going to do home fries or what have you. You would use a chopped potato. Okay, and then over here we have, this is your sweet potato. That also has to be processed in order to lock in the enzymes and the starches. So here you have what it would look like, the consistency before you dehydrate it. So it's going to look like this. Okay, it's going to be flexible, and you can put it on the tray and it will dry out. And when it does dry out, when they do dry out, they're going to look like this. And this is the sweet potato that has been dehydrated. And when you cook this, it will turn right back into a sweet potato, and you can't tell the difference. It actually tastes better sometimes, I think, than it does prior to that. Right, here we have lemons. And the lemons, like I said, I use a meat slicer, so the consistency all looks the same, and it's a lot faster that way too. And you don't have to worry about cutting your fingers as often. And next to it I have oranges. There's no processing involved in this one. You would just put this on the dehydrator tray and dehydrate that. You have your tomatoes here, no processing needed, just slice it and put it on the tray. You have your zucchini and your summer squash. Now the summer squash, you might want to steam it just for a few minutes, just so that the skin on the outside becomes more tender, so that when you do rehydrate it, it's not tough. But the zucchini, I don't process that. And if you're going to chop up your zucchini, like put it in a food processor and chop it up real small and dehydrate it, that way you can put it in a jar and use it that way for zucchini bread. So I would chop it prior to the dehydrating, and then I would smooth it out on the tray. Here we have carrots. These carrots on the front are raw. These carrots in the back have been steamed. Not in water, just steamed. And what I'm going to do is, what you do with this is you would steam it. And these are baby carrots. And I purchased these on sale for 99 cents a pound. And that's pretty cheap. I like the baby carrots because they're tender. Now, I chop them about like this, okay? And this is the whole one that's already been processed. Now, on the carrots, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to spray a little lemon juice on it, because this will help keep the color, so they don't turn brown and look yucky. And so some people will use sorbate acid, which is a vitamin C. It's 1.5 tablespoons per gallon of water, and you would soak anything that you process in this for about 2 minutes. I don't use it. I just use plain old lemon juice. There's another way too, is you can take 1/3 honey, 1 cup of water, boil it, let it cool, and then you can put your bananas and apples and stuff in there. I don't use that either, because the honey, I think, makes the vegetables and the fruits, when you do use it this way, sticky. And I don't want my processed food to be sticking together. Okay, so here you have, I'm going to show you this here. This is what the carrot size looks like here. Okay, now that right there, that carrot right there, that's what it looks like after it's dehydrated, the chopped one. Now, you can dehydrate the carrots just like this, these little baby carrots. You can put them on and dehydrate them just like this, and when they're done, that's what that carrot will look like. So, when you rehydrate the carrot will come out just like this after you rehydrate it. It's hard to believe that this little thing is going to look like this again, but it will. Okay? So, over here, next we have peppers. We have jalapeno peppers, red peppers, and green peppers again. Now, you can do the green peppers without steaming them, or I broil these just for a short period of time. And you can do it this way. If you want to, you don't have to process it over there. But the reason I do it this way is because I like that roasted flavor on the peppers. So what you do is you put them skin side up, and you leave them in there just enough to blister the skin. As you can see right here, the skin is all blistery. Okay. I do take a little bit of Pam, the only time I use it, and just lightly spray it prior to putting it in the oven. And I usually put it in around 400 degrees, and I leave it in there until it blisters. And when you put it in the hydrator, you're going to turn it around like this. Okay? You're going to want the skin side down. So when you put it in the oven, you're going to want the skin side up, and when you put it in the dehydrator, skin side down. Okay. Here I have spinach. Spinach is great. You can take spinach and you can fill up your trays with the spinach, and it will come out nice and dry. And if you come over here, I'll show you what the spinach looks like. This is the spinach when it's been dehydrated. It's great, like if you're going to make spinach dip and so on and so forth, you always have fresh spinach right there at your hands, and you don't have to worry about running out to the store and getting it.